Listen. Now I am going to initiate all of you into the one of the most powerful spiritual process. Listen carefully. At the age of 3, I was given to my guru, Yogananda Puri. He literally adopted me. He brought me up. He was literally my father, mother, grandfather, everything. Because his age, he was above 100. Now he lived 127 years. That is why I am going on saying that I am going to live for 126. Why I am not saying 7, the 126 completion. I have decided on that Jayanti I will leave the body. He lived 27 years. He trained me personally, and then after my enlightenment, I myself started doing a lot of research, and then after realizing my incarnationhood, the further research is done, and now working with thousands of disciples all over the world. All my experience and expertise, if I have to choose only one gift as an essence of all that to you, if you ask me, your whole expertise, give me as a one technique, one method, Swamiji, I'll give you only this, that is completion. Listen. This method can cure a simple problem you have, like migraine, or greatest problem, ignorance, non-enlightenment, including that, from migraine to the non-enlightenment. Everything can be solved by this. Whether it is a simple migraine or permanent migraine, you know what I mean. A guy goes to the doctor. Doctor asks, how is your headache? Oh, she is fine, Swamiji. Doctor. So, whether simple migraine or most complicated problem, this one method, this one technique, this one process can heal it and solve it. Listen. Listen. Too simple, too powerful, can melt down all the toxins, toxic mental setup, physically, physiologically, psychologically, mentally, emotionally, spiritually. Listen carefully. Yesterday when I initiated you guys, along with you, I initiated kids also. But if you ask the Gurukul or the kids who are here, they already started reading. How many of you know that? They are already doing, performing. All the kids are doing. You know, very recently I initiated next power to my Gurukul kids. Keep the book and pick up the mirror. In the mirror they will see the whole book and write examination. Please listen. 10-year-old kid is writing 12th grade examination and taking 90 marks. It's not one. It's not one. I'll get the whole Gurukul kids and leave them with you. You pick up any book. Any book. Put that book there. Only last I think 10-15 days I am doing this. I just want to make this Mechalized education system redundant. Now I want to tell the world, actually this is the way Dasaratha, Rama, Krishna, Balarama and all mastered all the Vedas, all the Agamas, all the Puranas by 14. See, actually the kings those days used to be in Gurukul only till 7 to 14. In 7 years they will master everything and go back. Special education means 14 to 21. That's the maximum. Arjuna, Bhima, all of them. By 14 they will be back to kingdom because they have to start getting trained in the court, in the palace. Till the age of 7 they will be with parents. 7 to 14 in the Gurukul, then 14 to 21 in the palace training, on the job training. In 7 years they master. I myself have seen Brahmins who can comfortably chant 50,000 verses. They are called Sarvasadhakam in Kumbhabhishekams. The temple inaugurations, they will do the whole thing, they will conduct without a book or reference chit. I have seen, not in the modern day. 25-30 years before I have seen. 50,000 verses. Because to do a Sarvasadhakam for a Kumbhabhishekam, basically you need to know at least 50,000 verses which are involved in that. Without any book or reference. They'll just chant. It's possible. That's a real education system. Why the kids are started doing and you are not able to do? One simple reason. The toxic mental setup which you built. When I say toxic mental setup you built all the time by being in powerlessness, doubt, guilt. And unfortunately you believe if you can doubt everything you are a hero. Any fool can doubt. It takes intelligence to analyze and come to a conclusion. It takes intelligence to analyze and come to trust. Understand? Any fool can doubt. Only fools doubt. Because with the doubt, you do not need to do anything further. See, the moment you bring in doubt, you don't need to engage with the world. Why you don't earn money? It will not stay with me. I doubt the whole money. Why you don't take up job? No, I will not be able to stay there. I doubt the purpose of my boss. Why you don't build a home? Oh, I doubt the engineers, contractors, builders. Why you don't buy car? Oh, I doubt the traffic signal, traffic and the fellows who are coming opposite side and everything. With the doubt, you don't need to engage. Always you can be in your laziness and boredom and go on justifying it, celebrating it. Any fool can be doubting, but that is not the purpose of life. The engaging involvement starts only when you know how to cut across, how to penetrate into what is in front of you and make it as part of you, assimilate it. Assimilate, making it as part of you. Listen. creating a mental setup from powerlessness is what I call toxic mental setup, toxic thought currents, denying everything, denying life, denying being alive, denying being active. One of the worst thing happened to Hinduism is by denying, being in laziness has become a great spirituality. It has almost become a spirituality. It is presented like a spiritual quality. No. Sometimes I see this traditional, some of these guys, when they see me, they feel, wow, how can a incarnation be so alive and bubbly and active? It has to be sober, almost dead, waiting to be buried. No, really, that is what is the expectation is. I am seeing this Kumbh Mela procession, everyone else need to be shifted. So unfortunately it has become almost like a spiritual quality. The toxic mental setup which we entertain is what I call incompletion. Listen, I will define. The past thoughts, emotions, patterns, hangovers, residues, thought currents, emotional currents, sitting in the present and suffocating you, not letting you live your future, is incompletion. I can give you 1000 examples. It really happened. One guy came to me and said, Swamiji, my whole business is suffering with one problem I have. I asked, what's the problem? The fear of flying. He is actually a wealthy, rich person, in Indian value at least 500 crore worth. I asked him, what's the reason you think? He said, Swamiji, I am already 500 crore worth, but if I don't have this fear, I can make myself easily 5,000 crore worth. Because of this one fear, I can't travel outside India. Even inside India, wherever I go, I have to always be dependent on the train and the car, which takes so much of time for traveling itself. I told him, what is the problem? I sat with him and tried to help. Finally, we found one incident. One day, mother was sweeping the floor. He was going and pulling the sari. That is usual, the kids go on. That is the time he started moving, when he was maybe 1 year old kid. So he was pulling the sari of the mother. She wants to clean the home, so she just lifted him and put him on the dining table. For a child, dining table is like a 10-story building. Understand? That is why when you go back and see your school, everything, all looks too small now. At that time it used to look huge. Understand? He was sitting on the dining table and crying. Mom waited till she finished the cleaning the floor and then come and picked him up. That's all. That has become a pattern. He can't climb stairs. He can't see from the balcony. Forget about flight. All I did is asked him to complete with that fear. The technique which I am going to give you now. You will be surprised. In a week, he flew from Chennai and came to Bangalore and had my darshan. He came by flight. He went back. He's from Chennai. In a week, he came back by flight. He said, I am okay, Swamiji. No palpitation, no anxiety attack, no panic attack, nothing. And he's really doing well now, flying all around. One enjoying life, another one making big business. This is one incident I said, I can give you 1,000 references. How many of you think you have enough tons like this sitting inside you and restricting you? Let's start. Let's dig out. Let's dig out whatever you remember. The patterns and incidents associated with that pattern. It does not need to be when the pattern started. Even if you remember some incident with certain pattern with which you are suffering, struggling, you can pen it out, pen down. I'll help you and I'll initiate you into completion next. First, all the incompletions you remember, pen down, because the moment I get you out of this toxic mental setup, you will start manifesting powers. Your third eye will become alive and active as Sadashiva's third eye. Please pick up the notebook and pen. Anybody who says, I don't have any incompletion, come and sit here. This seat is for you. Now sometimes people think, due to laziness to write, if you don't have any incompletion, come and sit here. This is the seat for you. Come on, pen down. You may be having thousands. Whatever you remember, pen down. If you don't remember, don't worry. Listen. Listen carefully. This is a most powerful spiritual technique directly given by Sadashiva in Shivagama, 94th verse, 22nd technique in Vijnana Bhairava Tantra, which is otherwise called as Shivajnana Upanishad. I'll read out the verse and give you the exact technique. Chittat yanta kritir nasti mamantar bhavayet iti vigalpanam abhavena vigalpair ujito bhavet. Now listen. Consciously feel within the mind stuff past memories of incompletion with its activities as mind. Intellect and ego are not existing in me. By contemplating this way, in your inner space, disidentify from the past impressions and memories of incompletion. Put your active attention at the space of past happening. I'm reading out the translation exactly. I'll give you the technique. Relive these imagined impressions and memories of incompletion, and the mind stuff having fully ceased from its present characteristics of forming thought patterns and cognitions is complete. Thus you become complete and achieve the original space of complete completion.